everyone. Doing an update. It's gonna be quick. I have good news. I am down. I don't even remember what my last weigh-in was. 400, I think. Like 404 ounces or somewhere around there. Well, I've lost weight, and I weighed myself this morning, and I probably will re-weigh myself tomorrow morning. I'm down to 394. I'm trying so hard, I promise. I've been sticking to my intermittent fasting. My eating window is 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. And I will admit, after 8, I am struggling. And I know it's mainly because I'm not going to bed at a reasonable hour. I'm waking up early and then staying up still relatively super late, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And definitely by like midnight, 1, 2, I am starving. I feel like I could eat everything, but I don't. I'm glad for that. I will lay in my bed and tell myself, no, you cannot have anything else. Last night, I was really struggling, and I didn't want to break my fast. So I had some water first, and that didn't hold me over. I would say it helped me over maybe 20 minutes because I drank quite a bit of it, but that was a negative because all night, TMI, I had to pee. I had to pee all freaking night. All night. Kept getting up. Gotta pee. But I do need to drink some more water. I haven't drank any water today. I only had my, I don't know if I showed this last time. So this is my tumbler that I typically use when I make my, and I think I have a bottle of it right here, if I'm not mistaken, because I mixed up the wrong one. Yep. I've been filling this bad boy up with ice all the way up to the top. And then this is my personal teapot, but I actually brew coffee into it. And this makes roughly 2 mugs of coffee. It also has a little tea cup that goes on top of it. It's, you know, a little personal tea set for one. But it holds roughly about 2 mugs of coffee into this. I will fill it up and put it into my personal coffee maker. So once my coffee is done brewing, most of the time, today I didn't, because it seems like I get more caffeine when I do it the other way. God, I love this tumbler. It's so cute. I will take because I have a teeny little basket that's about this big, that goes into my personal coffee maker, and I will place it over the top of a measuring cup. And then pour the coffee through it again to give the coffee more of a darker taste, because not all of these, but some of these can be quite sweet. I don't have the other one beside me because I drank it, because I couldn't find this one that was right next to me on the floor. But godsend. I've been doing my research, and I notice a lot of people, even people who have gotten like the weight loss surgery, they all, except for maybe one person, they preferred the other one, but I wanted to go for more of a, more protein. You get 30 grams of protein per this one little bottle. And I will say, once I have this, and if I have this with a meal like I do, so I normally have my first meal slightly after like 12 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock, depending on if I'm running late. Like I said, my window's between 12 and 8. If I have this with a meal, I'm full. Like I ate earlier, and I had I make iced coffee, essentially, with half a bottle of this, and then half my teapot. So roughly about a mug of coffee and then half of this. And then I mix it all up. And this is really handy. I bought these off of eBay, I believe. But they're metal straws. And I'll swirl it, you know, around in there. I do coffee first and then the protein drink because it's heavier. Just kind of sinks to the bottom of the cup better. And then I'll swirl, swirl, swirl. So good. I don't know if it's because my taste buds are changing, but to me, it tastes just as good as if I asked for iced coffee from McDonald's. I love them. This is my go-to now. Well, this. Oh, and if you have any questions about this tumbler, I don't know if it's still available. I got it on clearance at home, at all places. It was missing the straw. So I asked her how much it was. It was originally $12. They marked it down to $6. And when she told me that, I made a face because I didn't want to pay $6. And I just kind of went, eh. And I did it just like that. And she was like, well, what about $3? I was like, yeah, I'll do 3. I'll do 3. Go ahead and put that in my damn card. Yeah. So she gave it to me for 3, and then I ordered the straws, which I have one that slightly bends forward, and this one. I prefer this one because I don't know why, but I don't know if you can tell, but the hole in this is quite large, and I can swirl my iced coffee in there better with this one. The one that's kind of bent, I can't grip it as well as this one and just swirl it all around. But super good. This thing is adorable. The little confetti stuff in it does move, but it doesn't move that great. You can probably see it. Can you hear that? It's moving around in there. And this, oh, see, it's moving to one side. It's supposed to move around in the cup, but it doesn't really. I just still think it's cute. It's cute. It's gold, which I love, and glittery and girly. Super cute. Worth for $3. Plus the thing I like about it, it's, I forget what it's called. Double something. Insulated, I guess. Don't quote me on that. But it keeps my ice cold. I even made 2 iced coffees, and I will admit, you might think it's a little gross, but I made 2 iced coffees, and I like drinking the melted ice water that has that weird, funky taste to it at the bottom of my cup. And I still had ice like hours later after the first time I made one. I was like, oh, this cup is so great. But this is my baby, and I do that. During my fasting hours, I only drink water, or, because, you know, someone told me only green tea is, pardon me, I don't know if you heard that. I hope not. God, I don't know where that came from. Now I got the hiccups. Anyway, green tea was the only tea that you could drink during fasting if you're intermittently fasting. Which is not true. You can have any 0-calorie drink that does not have any, like, additives. So you can't do, like, those sugar-free drinks, like the sparkling ice drinks or nothing like that, because they have additives to it. It's like natural stuff. So mainly like coffee and tea. But I have lots of black tea, because black tea is typically my favorite, especially since a Southern girl and I like sweet tea. I keep a lot of black tea because I prefer the taste of black tea when I make sweet tea. And I looked at the package and it said 0 calories. And I was like, you know what? I'll have water, and then I'll have me a mug of tea, because I'm still dealing with it, a sore throat. And I went to bed. I was surprised I went to bed, especially with the amount of caffeine that I had. Well, I mean, I didn't go to bed early. I went earlier than usual when I have caffeine. I'm going to start introducing melatonin to my regimen each night, because I need to get my sleeping schedule back on track. I know it's affecting me. So my goal is I want to be asleep by no later than like 12:31, which is good for typically I can't get to sleep until like 2, 3, for like last night. I think I didn't go to bed until like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I know that's not good, especially if I'm waking up and then getting up for work and I'm only getting like 3 to 4 hours of sleep. It's nothing. It's nothing at all. So I gotta fix that. So I'm gonna be writing like I'm gonna go say like a journal or anything. I'm just gonna be jotting things down because like when I write things down, it helps them to stick into my head. I don't know why. Please pardon that. I don't know what it is. But what was the other thing that I wanted to go over? I'm trying things out. Trying to figure out things that I like to eat that is alternatives for things that are crappy that I like to eat. I love Mexican food. I really do. And it pains me because I'm having a hard time finding healthy or healthier recipes for a lot of the Mexican food, but I came super close last night. Super close. I really enjoyed it. I prefer you eat it fresh because I reheated it today and it was good, but it wasn't as good as me making it fresh yesterday. So I'll just explain my meal. It was good. No, the whole meal wasn't Mexican inspired. My taste buds were all over the freaking place yesterday. And if you are wondering, what I eat, I normally post my meals. Most of the things I've been cooking healthy. You can check my Fitness Pal, which I'm going to start listing all of my links down below because I have an Instagram and I have a my Fitness Pal. I'm going to start posting those into the description. So if you do happen to want to figure out what I've been eating to help me lose weight, feel free to add me, send me a request. I don't care. Follow me. I don't care. Or if you don't want to and you just want to peek, that's fine too. You know, no pressure. But I, like, as I said, I'm a country girl, but I have a very diverse taste in foods. Yesterday I was craving, I guess you could call them country green beans. I wanted really unhealthy green beans with country cooked down into country bacon, so they're really good and seasoned and fattening and delicious and super tender, and yummy. But I knew I couldn't have that, and plus country bacon is like ridiculously salty. So I cooked some green beans. They were in a can. However, they were no salt added green beans, so I could eat the entire can for like 30 milligrams of salt. So really super good. I bought those and I cooked those. I just let them cook down in the water that they were in. Waited until they got tender. I didn't add any salt or anything. To get the bacon taste that I wanted, I had some lower sodium bacon, like breakfast bacon, in my refrigerator. So I just cooked 2 strips, which was 1 serving. I was very surprised of how much, pardon me again, I'm so gross. Damn. I don't know where it's coming from though. Anywho, so I got 2 strips of bacon cooking and I cooked those. I made some ranch chicken. I didn't add any salt to it because I was putting, I'm so sorry. People know that I'm not doing anything right now and they're like, let's all just message Ariel at the same time. Anywho, so I made ranch chicken with Walmart's Great Value fat-free ranch. I had like 2 pieces of like 6-ounce, maybe 4 to 6-ounce chicken breast that I got from Kroger that were boneless and skinless. I just put roughly about a tablespoon of the fat-free dressing onto each piece of chicken. I ate 1 piece of chicken yesterday and I ate 1 piece of chicken today. I just, coated pretty much. Coated the chicken on the top. I wish I would have done top and bottom, but that probably would have required probably 2 tablespoons for each piece. And I didn't want to go that far because that dressing is very salty. For 2 tablespoons of that dressing, it was like 300 milligrams of salt. And this is not including, the salt, the natural salt of the chicken and the rest of my meal. I'm sorry, my glasses are distracting me. I'm going to take them off and pray to God that I can see. And I keep thinking the camera's over here, but it's over here. I'm using my phone, guys. I'm sorry. But I put the fat-free ranch on top, and then I took just black pepper because I love pepper. I don't know what that sauce is or whatever where they say I put that shit on everything. That's me and black pepper. I even have had black pepper on vanilla ice cream and I enjoyed it. I love black pepper. I can just dump it in my mouth. Black pepper is fantastic. But I just pretty much sprinkled it all over me and my hand motion. Sprinkled it all over the tops of my chicken. I sprayed I lined a cookie sheet with aluminum foil and then sprayed Parquet spray. I didn't want to use nonstick cooking spray, mainly because I noticed that when I use the nonstick cooking sprays that I have, they tend to make everything super crispy, super fast, and dry out whatever meat I'm cooking. And I don't like that. Just like I cooked some salmon the other day and it just completely dried out the bottom of my salmon, which really made me upset. So I used a Parquet spray, which it also has no calories, no salt, and no blah, 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 blah. It gives a slight taste of butter. Just a slight taste. If you use the Parquet squeeze stuff, that doesn't have the same nutrition facts as the spray. The spray also has, I think it's like 5 milligrams of salt per pump, and I probably pumped it on there like 10 times. Want to make sure it doesn't stick. I didn't cover it or anything. I just stuck it in the oven, and I cooked it for like 35 minutes. Somewhere around there on 375. Came out perfect. I wanted to heighten the flavor a little bit because I like, things to taste different. I like combination of sweet and savory, sweet and hot, mainly sweet and something. And thankfully, one of my friends, for Christmas, she gave me this honey called Mike's Hot Honey. I licked the plate. I'll just put it that way. When I added that and that taste with the ranch and the spicy honey with that chicken, it just made it just, oh my God. I melted. It was so good. So good. I'm definitely going to make that again. And I'm very upset because, I'm worried that if I'll be able to find it again. I'm going to try to see if there's a website on the bottle. I tried to grab this because I want water. I'm dehydrated. Sorry. I need to go get me some water after this. But I hope I can find it again because if I run out of that, I'm going to be very upset. I want to try it on like other things. Apparently they say it's good on a lot of stuff. And I will admit that made my chicken so much better. So much better. The last thing I made was blackened corn. I love blackened corn. Like I said, I love Mexican food. And I essentially just took some no salt added Del Monte corn out of a can. I drained all of the water off of it and I threw it into a dry skillet. No oil, no nothing. Dry skillet, and I just kept watching it. I would let it cook on one side for a little bit and then stir it with my silicone or rubber spatula to see if it will start to blacken on, one side, and be like, okay, I didn't leave it on that side long enough, and just keep moving it essentially in the dry skillet until it's black and speckled. Well, not black, but speckled and scorched on certain sides or all sides or however you like it. And once it was done, I sprinkled garlic and herb Mrs. Dash on it with a little bit of the Mrs. Dash Extra Hot, I think it's called. And I put a dollop of sour cream on top, and it tasted so good. I about lost my mind, and it blew my mind that my entire meal, with as good as it tasted, with the bacon and my chicken with honey and ranch and my corn with sour cream, it was under 600 calories. Blew my mind. So I'm gonna keep it up, and I actually might do a meal prep with that. Well, something similar to that meal. I feel like I should do something else with the corn. Maybe like beef or pork, but I don't really eat pork because I ain't with to pork like that unless it's like bacon or pepperoni or something. I don't really eat no like pulled pork or ham or any of that mess. What was the other thing that I wanted to mention? Oh, I found some deals, but I'll get into that later. I might do like these are the snacks that I purchased, and this is what I'm doing, because I'm probably not gonna go out and go shop. Oh, Lean Cuisine. Granted, they can be a little on the salty side, I will admit. It's like roughly about 600 or less per meal. But I wanted to say I never liked sweet potatoes really before, but I had one that was like glazed turkey and it had sweet potato mash in it, and I could just tell it was just plain mashed up sweet potatoes. Tore it up. I was so surprised. It had a slight sweetness to it. It was really good. But I was very upset because when I went to the store just a moment ago, they had none. And I remembered I didn't buy that at the Kroger that I normally shop at. I bought that at Walmart because I was with my dad. And as I told you guys before, my dad loves Walmart. But I'm afraid to go to Walmart right now because of the pandemic. And 2 of the Walmarts here in my city locally had some employees that got diagnosed with the coronavirus. So, yeah. Lean Cuisine ain't worth all that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. Nope. But anywho, my nose is starting to run. I need to get off here. I need to eat because I've only eaten once today, and that was the leftovers that I had from yesterday, the chicken and the corn and the green beans, and I haven't sat anything out like an idiot for dinner today. I might have a Lean Cuisine. That sounds like a plan. I might have a Lean Cuisine. A quick tip before I go: don't eat sandwiches. For mainly 2 reasons. They're not that filling. Like, at least not for me. If you've got a hearty appetite, don't eat a sandwich. Because I swear, I feel like I could eat 2 or 3 of them bitches. And hell, I don't even get full then. I want some chips with my 2 or 3 of them bitches. And I want something to drink with them 2 or 3 bitches. And on top of that, it hit me the other day. I had my favorite bread, which I still have about half a loaf in there, but I'm trying to stay away from it because I did not realize that it has 190 milligrams of salt per one slice. One slice. I'm like, I didn't even put the meat and shit on the sandwich yet, and you're gonna tell me that by the time I make my sandwich, I calculated it the other day. I made a sandwich with roast beef, a slice of cheese, my 2 slices of bread, some mayonnaise, lettuce, and I think that was it. Sorry, I hear my neighbor. I'm really upset at him right now, but after I made my sandwich, it came to like $14.50 in milligrams of salt just for the fucking sandwich. I mean, according to what I've been following on MyFitnessPal, I'm actually trying to stay under the things on MyFitnessPal, which has been very difficult with the sodium, I will admit, because everything I like is salty. Even these things are pretty salty. Well, this one's not. This one's not that bad. This is $2.30 for this one, but the one I prefer, the caramel one, it is like $3.60 per little bottle of it. But I'm trying to stay under, like, the range I'm going to go for is like 16 to 1800 milligrams of salt per day. And I was just like, after I logged everything, I was like, I cannot believe it's that much salt. So it hit me. I had way less salt cooking me a full meal than the processed crap. And that's the problem. All the convenience foods are salty. No, I won't say all. But the majority of those convenience foods, especially a quick little sandwich, was... I'm about to get heated. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. Don't eat sandwiches. They're salty. The bread is bad for you anyway because of carbs and all that crap. And just don't eat sandwiches. I'm going to start working out. I was going to go for a walk today, but I will admit I'm a little sleepy because of lack of sleep. So tomorrow I'm going to go for a walk for 30 minutes so I can guarantee that's at least a mile. I'm going to see how far it is from here to this street that's up the road from me. I'm going to say that's probably about a half mile to a mile and back. And if it is a mile away from me, then it will be 2 miles for me to walk there and back. 1 mile there, 1 mile back. So, I mean, if I can get to that, that would be great. But if I can't, I'm going to walk 15 minutes. Because it takes me, like I said, about 20 to 25 minutes to walk a mile. I'm going to walk 15 minutes one way and 15 minutes back. I'm going to just do that every day. Well, not every day, every other day. I'm starting tomorrow. And then I want to start doing, using my dumbbells and stuff when I get back. Of course, I'm going to do like a 30-minute stretch before I leave, and maybe another 15-minute one when I come back from the walk. But wish me luck. I'm sorry it's such a long video. I'm tired and my mind is everywhere. But I will record another one soon and keep you guys updated. Bye!